Well, it's good news coming in from Italy, Fiorentina, and the camp of Sofyan Amrabat. I know most of United fans are not having their hearts, or they're having their hearts in their mouths because of the story that we ran yesterday, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, Di Marzio, Alfredo Pedula, that Liverpool have contacted the camp of Sofyan Amrabat on their latest pursuit of him. And it's some good news coming in from the Amrabat camp that Amrabat is still prioritizing Manchester United over Liverpool. They're going to bring you the facts and who's going to hate to state it. Tier 1 journalist coming in from Italy, very much accurate on his news this summer, especially the players that United have gone ahead to sign from Italy. That is Andre Onana and Rasmus Højlund. So smash the like button close to 400 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David remains my name. Now, we are talking a little bit of Eric Bay, looking like we might lose him out on a free, and obviously there are certain demands he's going to hate to make, but Fulham have gone ahead to show interest in the player. And lastly, Dwight York, one of the players I really trust in a lot at Man United, legend. He was part of the treble winning team. He scored very many goals by then. United had close to 4 center forwards competing for the 2 positions because we used to play with a 4-2-2, a 4-4-2, and the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Dwight York, Andy Cole, and Teddy Sheringham. By the time that was the team that was competing for those positions, he went ahead and put in some ridiculous numbers in there for you. But the statement I was going to have to put out on Lukaku, I don't know where I was talking from. I'm going to come out and obviously give you my reactions, and I'll be waiting for your reactions too on those stories we are going to talk about. Continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit how many subscribers? 16,000 subscribers. Not so, because you've just hit 15,000 subscribers. Let's start it off from Alfredo Pedula, putting up 2 in 1. One story reported yesterday and one reported today morning that Sofyan Amrabat continues to give his priority to Man United despite interest from Liverpool. Sofyan Amrabat will only move to Liverpool if Man United confirm they are cancelling the deal. Now, this is what I call Ten Hag power, Ten Hag influence. It was hard to really get something like this from a player, especially when Liverpool wanted the player. I can give you a list of players that have gone ahead to lose to Liverpool, and it's really endless. 1, Darwin Núñez, right? United were still trying to get in a centre forward, and obviously he crossed to Liverpool. But Erik ten Hag had made him his first choice centre forward last summer. The other one is Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo is a player that we wanted to sign in the summer of 2022, but ended up joining Liverpool because we never had money to sign him. Then the other one is McAllister. McAllister is the player that Erik ten Hag wanted, but he opted for Liverpool over much. That money was really little, and the United would have gone ahead to obviously sign him. Obviously ended up choosing Liverpool over Manchester United. Fabinho, way back in 2015-2016, he signed for Liverpool, coming in from, is it Monaco? United wanted the player, but he ended up signing for Liverpool. So there have been some good number of players that have gone ahead to sign for Liverpool and obviously rejected United. But for Sofyan Amrabat, with us, that is United, taking close to 1.5 months pending this deal, Sofyan Amrabat still has belief in Man United, and he will only take the priority of us if at all Liverpool find themselves in a position of not, sorry, if at all United find themselves in a position of telling him we are no longer interested in signing you. And why is he giving us priority? Obviously, we know the reason, that he is one of those players that have gone ahead to put up a very bad reputation against Liverpool, because Liverpool came in through and wanted to sign the player, right? They wanted to sign the player, and guess what happened? They never signed the player. They never signed the player. Towards even when he was still playing at the World Cup, Liverpool showed interest in the player, And guess what happened? They never really showed up to obviously give the player what he wanted, and they obviously never signed him in the January transfer window, meaning that he knows that Liverpool showed intent to sign him and they let him down. They went in for Cody Gakpo, yet the amount of money they used to sign Cody Gakpo would have gone ahead to sign him and bring him at Liverpool. And he now knows that Liverpool is not one of those teams that are really interested in signing him. So they are only coming in through to sign him because they've gone ahead to run short of options. Remember, they wanted to sign Caicedo. They made a bid of £110 million. After it was rejected, so it was accepted by Brighton. A deal was agreed, but the player said no. They went in for Romeo Lavia, and after Romeo Lavia snapped them and went in for Chelsea. And so Sofyan Amrabat knows it that they are treating him as an option, yet United is treating him as a priority. That's why he's prioritizing Manchester United. I would have to obviously go out and obviously call out the board of Manchester United for obviously delaying this deal. And if at all you happen to lose Sofyan Amrabat, all the blame will be onto the board, because Ten Hag has gone ahead to make his own decision, and he has done his background work on Sofyan Amrabat. He has convinced the player, he has talked to him, and the player is 100% convinced to come to Man United to do this job for us. So Liverpool are trying to obviously get in other midfielders. Today they've gone ahead to get in one Japanese player. I've forgotten his name. Is the Japanese captain, and he's known as what is his name? What is the name of this guy? Liverpool has gone ahead to obviously sign. He has been spotted obviously undergoing. He has been spotted at their stadium after passing his medical. He's going to sign his players and obviously be named as a Liverpool player very, very soon. So they've brought in one central midfielder so far, but he's 30 years of age, meaning that they might go in for another one. The player is known as Wataru Endo. That is Liverpool, and I think it's one of those signs they're going to have to make that obviously show Amrabat that the position is yours if at all you accept. And for me, I'm afraid of Liverpool if at all they obviously come into a deal, because they just come in and sweep in fast. But the other advantage that United really have over Sofyan Amrabat is that he's left with 1 year on his contract, and the club of Fiorentina has no say about where he's going, you know. So Sofyan Amrabat wants to come to Manchester United. He wants to come in and play at the club of Manchester United, and you obviously know why we need him. If I told you watch the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers on Monday, you'll obviously know why we need Sofyan Amrabat in that midfield of Man United. But it's good news that is prioritizing United over Liverpool, because if he gave Liverpool green light yesterday night, Liverpool have gone ahead to get his deal done and dusted, and would have been playing for Liverpool in the game of Bournemouth. They are going to play over the weekend. So after that, let's talk about Eric Bay. One player we thought that we were going to get some money, but it looks like we're not going to get in anything, like a penny for the player. We are being told that Fulham interested in Eric Bay. Fulham interested as Eric Bay reaches agreement with Man United to leave on a free transfer this summer. Now, United have gone ahead to obviously try to do what we call the outgoings, and these outgoings are really players that are really earning some huge amount of money. I've always told you that for Eric Bay, he's earning £14,000, £140,000 a week. So if you multiply £140,000 a week, right, times 52, that is 7.3 million pounds. With him having a contract that runs, I think, until 2025, that means we're going to head to save close to 14 million pounds. So I think it's better you let the player go, because if there are no suitors that are willing to cash in for the player, why do you have to keep the player at the club? Let him go and make those savings to see to it that they allow you to bring in players like Sofyan Amrabat, because some people believe that the financial fair play rule only applies onto the amount of money you've gone ahead to buy the players, but even the salaries. So getting rid of Phil Jones, who was earning £140,000 a week, That means we've saved £7.3 million a year. Getting rid of sorry about that. Getting rid of Eric Bay gives us a chance to obviously get rid of him and save close to £14 million. That is £21 million, meaning that only those wages can help you coming through and obviously getting a new player for the club of Manchester United. That is it. So I think what is really stopping his departure is simple. The player needs a compensation of close to £800,000 a week, and I think, sorry, £800,000 in total. So let's pay him that amount of money, let him leave, and let him start a new career. Because the more we keep a bloated squad of players that cannot come through and obviously offer the best to this manager, the more we look worse. You know, these deals are going to be so much important for the outgoings in the January transfer window, because our wage bill would have gone ahead to be cut to a reasonable price at Manchester United. That is it coming in from Eric Bay. Fulham coming in the mix to sign him, and they would like to sign him on a free. Lastly, let's talk about Dwight York. Dwight York is one of the United legends that won the treble and scored very many goals for the club of Man United, and they had a very good combination in between him and Dwight York. The coming in of Ruud van Nistelrooy saw his duties really shrink at Man United, and he was obviously sold. Was it to Blackburn? Which team was he sold to? So he has said Romelu Lukaku is absolutely still good enough to play for a top 6 club. I think United or Tottenham Hotspur should take Lukaku on a short-term loan deal and agree to pay a certain amount of his wages. This is one of the ridiculous statements I've ever heard coming in from Dwight York, because him being a number 9 and being one of the best number 9s I've seen coming from Trinidad and Tobago ever plays the Premier League, he cannot come out and make such a statement. To me, Lukaku is nowhere near good to be a centre forward. You know, if at all a pragmatic coach like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer never saw potential in him and sold him off to Inter Milan, how can a manager who prefers technically gifted players not reject a signing of Lukaku? Lukaku cannot fit Manchester United. He's a player that's gone ahead to lose himself. He has a poor first touch, something that Erik ten Hag will obviously base on when he's thinking of players to sign at Man United, because he needs a centre forward who needs a very good first touch. Look at Marcus Rashford. His first touch is good, but his hold up play is poor. I would on any day start Rashford as a centre forward other than Romelu Lukaku. So, Mr. Dwight York, I respect you a lot. You did a lot to this club of Manchester United, but the statement you've gone ahead to make at United, he cannot even fit. If he was really a very good player, why isn't Chelsea keeping him? Why is Chelsea willing to pay money to get in Dusan Vlahovic? Because he's not in those levels of a centre forward that Pochettino really wants him. So, if you're not good enough for Chelsea, you are not good enough for Manchester United. Not so? So that's it, and I call in for your reactions on Sofyan Amrabat versus Man United over Liverpool in the comment section below. What do you make about it? Eric Bay leaving out on a free. Would you offer him the £800,000 is calling in for as he departs as a free agent? And lastly, what do you make about Dwight York claiming that Lukaku can play some part in our season at Man United? Yet, to me, I believe he's one of those players that even a pragmatic manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, failed to give a job and sold him to Inter Milan. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fiku.